Hey everybody, I'm Sean. Welcome to another episode of Adventuring Spiders. Welcome back everybody. On today's episode, I'm watching the sunrise from Angkor Wat. Doesn't get much cooler than this. Let's just cut to it. This is the long causeway that leads up to Angkor Wat. And this is the entrance right here. Guarding the entrance are the Naga. Very cool. Serpents. We're just crossing over the bridge on the moat. You can see the moat on either side here. And we're just crossing over. Interestingly enough, this is called the Rainbow Bridge. Alright, here is the entrance to Angkor Wat. And this is an active temple. There are monks that live here. So it's an active Buddhist temple, although it was originally built for Hinduism. So we're on the right hand side of the entrance here, and there's a temple here to Vishnu. We're just going to look at the Vishnu statue. Alright, so we're now at the temple, looking back on the entrance and the grounds here at Angkor Wat. And the other animal that's pretty common in the statues here is the lion. You can see one sitting right in front of me. So most of the railings are Naga, the serpents, and then if there's a statue, you get these lions. So like many monuments, Angkor Wat is not immune to graffiti throughout the ages, but one of the things that's interesting here, there's a bullet hole, and I'll show you even more. You see quite a few of them here. This is from the fighting with Pol Pot, and they were using this location as a stronghold. So on these friezes you can see the Apsara dancers, and these pools that you see here were mainly used for collecting rainwater. What an absolutely amazing place. These rainwater collection pools are used also for baptisms, and they are still used today. They don't empty them, basically they evaporate. And nowadays the rain doesn't collect enough, so they collect water from the moat, and when they want to do baptisms, and they haul it in. Some of the original statues, a lot of them were stolen early on during exploration of the area, and were sold on the black market. And these statues are made from stone, the ones that are left mostly, although this one's wood. And the ones that were made of wood are the ones that were stolen first because they were lighter and easier to carry. Alright, we're on the inner courtyard here. This is absolutely amazing. Check out how steep these stairs are. I don't know if that'll show up, but they were built purposefully that way. Here's the outer wall of the courtyard. But they were built purposely this way so that it made it difficult for people to get up to the inner temple, because if you were in the inner temple, you were communing with the gods. Alright, we're going to climb up here. These stairs are extremely steep. Let's do it. We're at the top of the temple here. We get an amazing view of the jungle. And here it is. This is the central temple, the inner courtyard. And that central spires and the spires around it are meant to emulate Mount Meru. It's a very sacred mountain to the Hindu. Here's Raylin walking up to the central shrine. There are 4 cardinal directions, and they each have a Buddha. The last one had a reclining Buddha. Here's one of these courtyards, inner courtyards on the inner temple here. The corner piece, and then the central. It's amazing that you get to walk around in monuments like this and see all of the carvings and everything else. And there's a bunch of holes that you see on the floor. I'm wondering if those once held wooden posts of some kind. So they're in a pattern. They've been filled in. So I'm sure there's some of the architecture that isn't here anymore, but there is a lot of it that is. It's pretty amazing. And these serpent carvings, for example, that's just unreal. Unreal. And now the long walk back down, straight down. It is a long ways down there. This is very interesting here. Another frieze of Apsara dancers, and we were just told that you could be both single or married to be an Apsara dancer, and the way you tell them on these carvings is by their stomach. If you look carefully, it tells you how many children they've had by the stretch marks on their belly. This one's had 2. This one's had 1. This one's had 1, and these ones over here have had none. Now we're just looking at a very, very impressive frieze. This runs the length of this entire hallway. And it's the story of the afterlife. If you look carefully, you can see 3 lines of people. We've got above the people ascending into heaven, the middle the people on earth, and the lower the people who are in hell. And yeah, it's unbelievable, this carving, how long it runs and how far it goes. Very impressive. And here's another frieze that runs the entire length as well. This one's the story of how the gods came together to try to get the elixir of life. And you can see here they're harnessing the power of Naga, a snake, to wrap around a mountain and turn the mountain to release the elixir of life. There we go. Last look at the courtyard and inner courtyard. And now we're headed to, we're on the back side now. This one isn't as open as the one in front. This one's got a lot of jungle in it.
One last time for you, everybody.
And we're headed to the outer wall. Alright everybody, we finished at Angkor Wat, and now we are doing another temple. This one is Prohm temple. Similar in age to Angkor Wat. This one isn't quite as restored, and most famous from the movie Tomb Raider, Angelina Jolie. A good chunk of that movie was filmed at this location. All right, this is there you can see the wall. We're in the inside. This is the interior courtyard of Prohm. Much more vegetated, dense foliage hasn't been cleared. Here's the first building here at Prohm. We're told that this was like this house was like a free hotel, basically. People could come here and stay. It's like free housing, basically, for people who are visiting the temple. And the other difference here between this site and Angkor Wat is this one was built as a Buddhist temple, not a Hindu temple first, and built by a different king. So this is the entrance right here to the temple. You can see these ficus trees growing over. So they, like I said, they haven't been removed. And actually there's one growing right out of the roof of the structure in the distance there. It has that Tomb Raider Indiana Jones feel to it, that's for sure. Another trail of ants here. And we're just on the inside here. You can see this tree growing over the temple. Really, really impressive. Alright, so yes, this is the Hall of Dancers. This is where the dancers were trained. We're going to go inside and have a look. Here's a reverse view of the dance hall in the opposite direction. This is a restoration. It was just done recently. But they said that it's only about 20% of it is new and 80% is original. Okay, we're now on the inner part of the temple here, and it is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. So this area has got quite a lot of friezes here. So this one's very interesting. Look here, in the center of the altar there used to be a Buddha, but it's been chipped away and it's been replaced by a stone. That stone, for those of you who are Indiana Jones fans, is a Sivalinga. And now we are at the back courtyard and on our way out. Another amazing place. Final view here. And you can see the Naga, actually one of the complete Nagas here, and the body going along the entire balustrade. Alright, here's the exit. And you can see the face of the Buddha.